Frank, you don't make it easy for yourself, do you? Huge fights coming up all over the place. Obviously, Amir Khan soon. Then we've got Enzo Macronelli. But obviously, this in Vegas. It's Bernard Hopkins, and it's huge for you in Sports Network. How difficult was it to get this fight together?
It was very difficult. We've been trying to do it for around 6-7 years now. And I think 6 or 7 years ago, we agreed terms, and it all fell apart the next day when Bernard changed the terms of the deal that we had all agreed. But now we've got it on. That's the main thing. We worked very hard. We was up till 3 o'clock this morning, finalising it with the other side, our partners in America, Golden Boy, in this promotion. So it's all done now. It's on at the PH Arena at the Thomas and Mack, 19th of April. Big fight for Joe Calzaghe. Big fight for Bernard Hopkins, and there'll be lots of Brits coming out there to support their man.
Yeah, I mean, up to 5,000 tickets for Brits, isn't there, to go out there? And that is a lot. And I know it's especially important for Joe Calzaghe, the Brit support being there. Again, I mean, securing the 5,000 tickets was great.
Yeah, well, we're 50-50 promoters. I mean, it's a joint promotion. And as I say, we've got to make sure that we've got some support out there for Joe. And obviously there'll be a lot of it. I'm sure we'll get inundated for a request for tickets. His last 2 fights, 85,000 people have watched him box live. So you can imagine how many people want to be going to the Vegas for the real big one.
Bernard Hopkins says he's the man, as he always does. How important is it that he comes into this fight to fight?
Well, it's very important. I mean, he's the guy who said he's a legend. He said that Joe Calzaghe's got to fight him if he means anything. Well, I think that also applies to him. Bernard Hopkins has to come out and show that he's a legend. Philadelphia is famous for for tough fighters. I mean, over the years, the great fighters that have come out of Philadelphia, and he's one of them. But he's got to come and fight like a Philadelphia fighter. The fans will want to be entertained for this one. We don't want no running, no holding. We want to fight for the fans. And, it's America versus the UK. Big fight. I mean, as Joe says, he wants revenge for Ricky Hatton. And hopefully, with the frame of mind he's in, that's what will happen.
Obviously, you've known Joe for a very long time. Are you concerned at all that he may have one eye in retirement?
Not at all. If he wanted to retire today, I'd fully support him. I class him as a friend, as well as somebody I've been involved with. We've had a lot of ups and downs with his career over the period of time we've been together. He's had some great fights. He's had a lot of problems outside the ring, and through thick and thin, we've worked very hard and been loyal to each other. And whatever he wanted to do, if he wanted to retire today and say that he didn't want to fight Bernard Hopkins, that would be fine with me. I would support him 100%.
And Joe and his father are both very keen, and it's important to them that they retire undefeated. Is that something as well, as a boxer, when you look at records, that it's important that, it puts them in legendary status when they say undefeated?
Of course it does. I mean, it's something that's happened to a very few fighters, a couple of fighters who have been undefeated. It's been for medical reasons they've not fought on. I'd like Joe Calzaghe to come out, with that O on the end of his record. And the fact that he cements his legacy for all time in British boxing and world boxing for that matter.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks for your help.
Thank you very much.